Hey, Basket Brains, Kirby here, aka Darkwing Disc. Alongside me is Ollie Depina, and welcome to episode 1 of the KO Disc Golf Show. Ollie, how you doing today, man?
Doing good, Kirby. Long day at work, but excited to be starting this. And yeah, it's a great day to be doing this. Got my
Yeah,
coffee all hot and ready.
that's right, man. Yeah, we're really excited to get this going. Something Ollie and I have been talking about for a little bit now. Something that I've had kind of in the back of my mind for a while was doing a kind of weekly show, kind of like this, where we highlight a lot of local players, and we just kind of talk about the local tournament scene because the Washington area out here is stacked. So that being said, episode 1 is going to be very much just kind of a who, what, where, when, why. Kind of tell you a little bit about ourselves, and kind of get into a little bit about what we're doing out here in the Seattle area. So, Ollie, where'd you grow up, man?
Born and raised here in Seattle, so it's kind of all I've been knowing. Been traveling a little bit more, but really just Seattle's kind of all I know. So, born in Ballard, North Seattle area, and then kind of lived here my entire life.
That's awesome. Yeah, my wife is from Seattle too. She's lived in Wallingford her entire life. So I'm a transplant. I came out here. I lived in Providence, Rhode Island, where I went to culinary school. And then I grew up in like Niagara Falls kind of area. So I'm the classic like transplant, style person. So um, yeah, Ollie, where you said you had a busy night at work last night. You worked at Moz, right?
Big Mario's Pizza, so doing some pizza on the weekdays gives me some free time to keep my disc golf practice up and allow me to do things like this in the morning. And then I also teach swim lessons as well, so that's another fun instructor teacher kind of role I get to play there. And that's a little more relaxed than the late night pizza job, but enjoy it all.
Nice. That's cool. You swam in high school and all that.
Yeah, did swimming from since I was about 4 years old to like 18. Did competitive swimming, and so that was like major part of my life. So transitioning to disc golf like 2.5 years ago or so, when I like never even really threw a disc, having some like base strengths, like shoulder strength, lat strength, some like good rotations and flexibility really helped that transition quickly into disc golf.
Nice. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, so I work for Emerald City Discs. I also own Emerald City Discs with my business partner Brian, which brings us to the sponsor of this first episode, which is Emerald City Discs. So thank you to them. If you happen to be in South Seattle area, playing Lakewood or DPAC, come on by. We're open 7 days a week, 11 to 5. So come on and check it out. So, kind of just getting into a little the what of what this is. This is going to be a weekly show. It's going to be a really free forming and kind of just conversational style between Ollie and myself. We definitely want to bring in some guests. So if you have anybody that you would like to have here, if anybody you want us to bring on, please you know, let us know, comment below, or reach out to us and tell us, because we're definitely open to a ton of different people to bring on and kind of see what they have to say and get a little bit of their stories.
Yeah, Washington and the PNW in general, I feel like we have so much talent, like this huge talent pool. We are really competitive, but I don't feel like we get all the talk and shine. So it'd be great to highlight some of these like young up and coming players and some of the people that are kind of building in like groundbreaking work for like more courses and bigger scene here in Seattle and Washington in general and the PNW.
Yeah, I totally agree. Just look at like last year's amateur world champion Axel Olsen. He's been playing this area for a long time. I think he lives in Mercer Island. I mean, the kid's a stud, and like he's not even like in his final form yet. He's still getting better and better every year, which is like terrifying. He's so
Yeah,
good at training. Um, yeah, so on top of just all stuff, I'll probably talk a little bit of like lifestyle and just kind of a little bit of like what we're doing week to week. I'm a big baseball fan, as you can see behind me. I'm a Red Sox fan. Ollie, I saw you opening night at the Mariners.
yep. I haven't been my baseball fandom is up and down, but this year I'm fully invested in and watching it. So not the most baseball knowledge, but this year we're fully invested and we're getting into it. So we're committed. We're committed.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I love rooting for the Mariners when the Red Sox aren't in town. Yeah, I mean the Mariners have a great team. Like the rotation is like maybe one of the best in baseball, which is incredible. But my Red Sox are off to a really hot start, and I
Yeah,
love it. Like, my West
and
Coast trip did us well.
yeah, that's sweet. A little underwhelming start for our rotations and pitching, but it's about when you get hot. So I'm okay with not starting off super hot and hopefully finding some gel a little bit through the season.
Yeah, it's so baseball's so weird because you can have a bunch of months. Like baseball's what 6 months. So if you have 5 months where you're just playing 500 baseball, and you have 1 month where you're just hot and like getting it, you're gonna be a playoff. Like that's just
Yeah.
kind of how baseball works. It's like you got 60 games you're gonna win, 60 games you're gonna lose, and then there's another like 60 games or so that you're kind of like do whatever you got to do, that kind of thing.
Hmm.
So
I'm hoping it
personally,
doesn't. We don't need like a super hot month to make the playoffs or something like that. But it's probably gonna take something like that for us. So
yeah, yeah, it's seems like the Mariners are always on the home stretch. You don't really get help in your division either, having like the Astros and now the Rangers too, and then having like the Yankees like be so good, the Orioles be so good, the Blue Jays be pretty good, the Rays are always really good. Like
yeah,
it even the wild card is like tough to get into. So fun year though. I'm really excited to get out a couple more Mariners games. I think I'm gonna take my father-in-law for his birthday and stuff like that. So I'll be getting out there a few times a year. Rooting for the Mariners. Hopefully see something cool. That's kind of always like I went and saw like Miguel Cabrera when he came to the stadium, which is like I didn't really have like a horse in that race, but it was just cool to see like
yeah.
that Hall of Famer, and like that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, I would definitely go and see like the Reds play and watch like Ellie De La Cruz or some of those big names guys that are really fun to watch. Are definitely worth it and have a good afternoon for those kind of days at the ballpark.
yeah, I mean, you guys are just like freak athletes. Like you're saying, you coach swimming. I do a lot of like disc golf coaching, and I love going to the bullpen and watching these guys like throw a ball because their
Mm,
motion is so like simple and it looks so effortless, and yet that ball just like pops out of their hand. It's just those guys are the best in the world, and it shows when you watch them up close and personal like that. So
mm-hmm.
yeah,
a
really fun.
hundred
I love
percent.
baseball. Yeah, I'm so excited for this year though. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll be talking about a lot of baseball here and just doing some check-ins just like generally. It'll pop up naturally and come up while we're talking for sure.
Yeah. So where can you check us out? So Ollie and myself will be starting our own YouTube channel, which is where you probably found this video. We'll call it the KO Disc Golf Show. Really excited. We'll probably both be pulling clips off of that, putting in our own personal accounts, our own Facebook and Instagram. I'll probably put a couple of clips like on my YouTube as well. So stuff like that. So stay tuned. Like stay tuned. Definitely like look out for us on our social media, which will post all those links below this video.
Yep. You'll be able to find that all in the description. I'm just Ollie Depina or Ollie Depina DG on basically about everything. Um, and yeah, mostly active on Instagram, YouTube, those kind of things. Posting some more YouTube style vlog videos coming up and some other just tournament recordings, like full rounds of my tournaments and stuff like that. So trying to be pretty broad and just kind of cover a lot with my YouTube as well.
Nice, very cool. Yeah, you can find me at Darkwing Disc on pretty much everything across the board. Been pretty good about using that for everything. Facebook and Instagram are where I mostly kind of do a lot of my stuff. You can also follow me at Emerald City Disc on all of their social media accounts because I run most of those accounts as well, like from the shop. So yeah, find us there. Um, and yeah, like Ollie said, we're located here in the Pacific Northwest. So a lot of our tournament coverage is going to be about stuff out here. I'm going to be traveling a little bit for tournaments, so I'll definitely be kind of tuning us in on those tournaments. Um, Ollie, I don't know if you saw, but last night, your boy signed up for Worlds.
I did see that. I was very excited about that. Got a little repost on my story from that. I was hoping because April 9th is when I was gonna make a similar post to you because I was gonna try to sign up for Am Worlds and be like that'd be a fun first show. So, but the wait list drops tonight, so I'm gonna be trying to hopefully get early on that wait list and just get a good experience going out there. I've only good things. And like we talked about earlier, Axel Olsen winning the whole entire Am Worlds last year. So kind of just like that event, you can see what that kind of does for a player and the experiences you can get from that. So hopefully I'll be on that wait list tonight, but that'll be something that I'm also looking forward to. And but excited to see you at Worlds and just seeing the names on that thing, like James Conrad, Kevin Jones right there. So it's a cool group of company to see you competing against, and excited for that.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. Yeah, I'm pumped. That's kind of the for me. That's like what all the off season like work is kind of like been built up to. Because I know that I've had that in my mind for like a while now. Um, I I'm signed up for Portland Open. I'm signed up for Beaver State Swimming. I'm going to Las Vegas Challenge, playing in the Cascade. BC Open is always like one that like I love playing every year.
Yep.
So I'm really excited to get the season started. I'm excited to like really go like all out this season. Quick shout out to my sponsor, Discmania. I'm pumped to be like on that team, throwing their plastic this year. If you hear any vibrations on the phone, it's just like our group chat kind of like blowing up because everyone's like hyping up the method. Like they're like, dude, we love the method. I think even Gannon said like the method's like the best mid range in their lineup. So I guess if you're not throwing a method, check on a method. Pretty overstable mid. So
Uh,
all right, so we had a little technical hiccup, but we're back now. Um, so back to our who, what, when, where, why. The when is going to be Tuesday morning. Is going to be the ideal time for us. We don't exactly have like a hard, 7 a.m., 8 a.m., anything like that, but it seems like we're going to be recording most of these Tuesday mornings and kind of pumping it out sometime about that day.
yeah.
So yeah, excited to do that. Tuesdays kind of works best for both of us. I know for myself personally, I do all of my practice rounds for my tournaments on like Wednesdays and stuff like that. So Tuesdays are a good day for us to kind of like talk about the tournament that's coming up and kind of my first impressions, going into it, whatever from last year, and right before I go and get my practice round in. So
Yeah, that's about similar to my schedule. I kind of go hard especially if I have a busy weekend the night before, definitely take that Monday off and have work that day, so kind of focus on that. And then Tuesday is kind of how my body's feeling, but definitely slow it down, start just putting, practice, and getting ready for the tournament and stuff, which I'm really, really excited for this weekend.
yeah, you're playing Otis too, right?
Yep, I will be. I'll be doing all the Pac X. This is my first year doing Pac X, and so I'm excited for like that kind of tournament schedule, and like kind of like having like a certain amount where like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be doing these 12 tournaments, or really trying to get to these 12 tournaments kind of thing. And so I'm excited for that. And then this is my first time playing a tournament at Delphi and doing Otis as well. So very excited for both of those.
Like, you went there last week with Adam, right?
Yep, I did. And I think as much as I do prefer playing like woods golf and like it more, I think like ball golf style and golf style like fairways really help my game out. I play a lot better there, score a lot better there, and so I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I love Delphi. I've been playing there, going there for this tournament for a couple of years now, and like, I think for the ball golf course style, like disc golf, for what we have in the Pacific Northwest, this is probably the best one in my mind, if not my favorite at least. The way they utilize like the gaps, like going through stuff, I feel like I'm not just playing down fairways the entire time, and I'm not throwing like my longest driver on every hole kind of deal, even though there are like a bunch of holes that you need to like get some air under it, really like bomb them out kind of thing. So I love Delphi. Yeah, I'm super excited to get out there. What do you think of 16, the basket and the stump?
The basket, I like that hole a lot. I really like that hole. I ended up being kind of close on that left side, so I kind of had like a hyzer approach into it, and so kind of got cut off in those like left bushes there, finishing my shot, and so I had to kind of straddle out of a blackberry bush for like 30-ish feet, 25 feet, but it was fun. I enjoyed that hole. I thought it was iconic, and there's a few other like some of those elevation of the ball golf greens are really fun, and I enjoyed that. And then also kind of got me excited just to see some of the future of like what golf could look like in Seattle, and talking with the city a little bit, seeing more golf on those city ball golf courses. And just this weekend I had a invitational that me and my Mineral Springs Disc Golf Club put on at the Jackson Golf Course, and working on getting that to be a permanent 9. So really, really sweet, and really enjoyed that. And I think more golf and more things like that happening are going to be huge for the Seattle scene and in general.
That's awesome. So with Jackson Park, you guys are, is it 9 hole you said? I
So it's
assume you're,
for the tournament we had an 11 hole that we played through twice, so it'd be like 22 holes for one round and then 22 another round. But there's a realistic like 18 holes there, and it's on kind of their what they call their executive 9. So it's a kind of a 9 hole that's off from the other fairways and stuff, and a little more like kind of like really short holes for golf, 9 holes for golf, but then the 18 there is really, really fun. Have some longer shots, have some like cool elevation change and loss, and pretty cool.
yeah, it would be like pay to play.
It would, I believe it would be, so we paid, it was like a 825. I mean, the prices will probably change, but like pretty, like if I'm paying under $10 for a round, I'm okay with that. I could see myself going there a lot and practicing, and it just allowed me to throw a lot of shot shapes and get that kind of practice in.
Yeah, especially like, going a place where like the fairways are like mended, and like, like you're not gonna really like use it like outside of like a really, really erratic throw or a
Yeah.
pond or which even still like the ponds are pretty like clear for the most part on golf courses, so you can kind of get your disc out with like one of those long retriever poles or something. So yeah, I think if like the golf course is like well maintained, like going back to Delphi, right? Like Delphi is like a pretty well maintained golf course, so like when you have stuff like that, it makes for good disc golf.
Yeah.
Like I've been making the joke this week that like Delphi is like kind of a like cruddy golf course, which makes a really great disc golf course.
Yeah.
Which is like so
It is true. Like those like little tiny chippy 9 hole golf courses end up being like the best 18 you could probably get for disc golf, which is super promising and super exciting to see like the possibilities we're gonna have out here. And
yeah.
another cool thing with Delphi was when I got that practice round in, we had 2 golfers behind us golfing, so it was like super integrated, and they were really nice. And so I really like seeing that, and I think that's how it should be, coexisting and sharing
Yeah.
the stuff. Like we can help y'all, like make sure, like bring more people, pay for more greens, different things like that, and we get to go play more disc golf. So I think it's a win-win.
Yeah, never once have I had an issue with like anybody out of Delphi. Like I've never had a guy hit a ball on me. If anything, like I'm always trying to like push them through because I'm like, bro, your one fairway is like 3 of my holes. Like, go ahead, man. You fast way past me. Like, so it's cool. Like the community out there. I think a lot of people that play there live in the neighborhood and they're pretty accepting of the disc golf there. So yeah, nothing but positive experiences out at Delphi. So yeah, just super looking forward to this weekend. I noticed that Chandler Fry signed up for it,
Ooh,
so that'll be cool. Cool having him kind of in the area, mixing it up a little bit with us locals.
love seeing
So
those local touring pros come back and play some tournament rounds here and stuff. I remember when I first was getting into disc golf, I got to see a few people play at SeaTac at the SeaTac Open, and that was like a huge, huge deal for me seeing some guys, just some bigger names here. So the more big names we have coming out here, those guys that are from like around the area, it's sweet to see. It makes me happy, and it's giving back and allowing us to be put more on the map, which I'm all for.
yeah, no, I totally agree. And then yeah, so for the last part of our who, what, where, when, why is the why, and the why is honestly just kind of because we can, because we have voices and we have opinions and stuff. And kind of like we said, like highlighting local players, like highlighting players in the area that are amazing, and maybe aren't getting kind of the spotlight that they deserve. I think is big. I mean, if you look at our NP40 division, like John Anderson, who like bombs, like he's looking up at Kyle Crabtree and Kenny Clark, who last year were like two of like the best like MPO players. Like
Yeah,
our area, like MPO or MA1 even through MP50 with Ming up at MP50. Like
yeah,
we're stacked. And
yeah.
then
One of the
Brandon,
most, yeah,
Brandon
100%.
Andre, MP50. Like that guy's awesome. He actually lives like 6 houses down from me, which is like really funny. So like he walks by with his wife all the time, and he sees me putting. And we always kind of give each other like a little like wave and say what's up kind of thing. And then I
That's
see him on the
sweet.
court, I'm like, I know you, you know. So
Get those backyard putting practices in sometime.
for sure, for sure. So funny. So yeah, this was episode 1 of the KO show. Ollie, why don't you go ahead and take it away?
So we're gonna end all of these with either like a quote. Maybe I'll give you something to think about, or some kind of some kind of quote or some kind of song or something like that. So for the first one here, we got a quote from Dwight Schrute from The Office, "The Perfect Crime." If I can pull it up. What is my perfect crime? I break into Tiffany's at midnight. Do I go for the vault? No, I go for the chandelier. It's priceless. As I'm taking it down, a woman catches me. She tells me to stop. It's her father's business. She's Tiffany. I say no. We make love all night. In the morning, the cops come and I escape in one of their uniforms. I tell her to meet me in Mexico, but I go to Canada. I don't trust her. Besides, I like the cold. 30 years later, I get a postcard. I have a son, and he's the chief of police. This is where the story gets interesting. I tell Tiffany to meet me in Paris by the Trocadero. She's been waiting for me all these years. She's never taken another lover. I don't care. I don't show up. I go to Berlin. That's where I stashed the chandelier. So leave y'all with that. And this was the first episode of the KO Disc Golf Show, and excited for this.
All right, see you later, y'all.